This weekend we've got super wild card weekend in the NFL. And a lot of good games. We talked about a little bit with our guest Chuck English, man, of some of the schedule. We'll have a full breakdown of that on the Friday show. And also on Friday will be the return of Cousin Dan. That's going to be very interesting to see what Dan thinks about everything that's been going on. I had
to work on Friday.
I had a holiday edition of Cousin Dan. People be asking like, "Oh, that's your real cousin?" Yes. What do you think? I just came up with the name, nigga? Like, yeah, this is my actual blood cousin. And we had an episode of that at Christmas. That was like, nigga, I'm way too drunk for this. But he'll be back on Friday to talk about that.
I'm about to say I'm definitely not getting out of probation because I'm gonna have to do this from my hotel room in Vegas on Friday.
Okay.
We there though. Mm-hmm. You know, you feel me? We will be live. We will be on, but I got you.
Yeah, we'll put back on the Dante's on probation. Got back on the feed. Then he's like, I'm gonna be in Vegas, nigga. But let's get into the actual storylines. Got a couple storylines heading into this. We're going a little bit longer today than we usually because first we had a lot of mixed brothers. We gonna talk about this, and then we're gonna give our picks the national championship game, and that'll be it. And then we'll do overtime. That will be on Patreon. Because I gotta get out of here because I actually gotta do a Clippers game tonight with the Clippers and the Suns. But I came on this show a couple weeks ago and I said, do not sleep on the Buffalo Bills. Everybody on this panel laughed at me. Everybody was like, Josh Allen this, Josh Allen that. Well, who's laughing now, nigga? AFC East champions once again. They came and took the victory away from Tua Uso, who probably doesn't need to be a quarterback any longer, and just go to the fucking WWE and join the rest of them niggas because it is over, okay? They went in there, and I know Courtney's going to like, he threw 2 picks. He threw 2 touchdowns, though. It comes with the Josh Allen experience, okay?
That's crazy.
It comes with the Josh Allen experience.
You know what's even crazier, though, Courtney? Scott didn't tell y'all that he did Josh Allen's ancestry and found out he wasn't black so he could root for him now. Because before, he thought Josh Allen was a little... You don't know Scott's history with black quarterbacks. The guy doesn't like him. Doesn't like him.
Because I said one thing about Lamar Jackson.
Doesn't like him, doesn't trust him.
Give Mari the floor. Give Mari the floor.
Listen, you remember that scene in Scarface when he said, I never like him, I never trust him. That's Scott with any black quarterback, right? I don't know how long ago this was, Scott. You remember we had this conversation when I said, damn, bro, is Josh Allen mixed or something? Is he black? Because you don't really fuck with Josh. And then when I heard you praising him, I said, oh, shit. He did the lineage and was like, oh, no, this is a purebred guy, so y'all can fuck with him. So I'm just letting you know now, that's what's crazier than him talking about the Josh Allen experience and all. Just understand the history of it. That's all.
Look, man, I have been wrongfully accused of this for the last 6 years since this network started. I don't even remember who. I don't know if it was Murray or Pierce. Shout out my man Chops, because Chops was on the episode with us years ago. And Chops was like, oh, I know I can't say this as a white person, but I feel like you don't like black quarterbacks. And it just kind of became a life of its own, which is cap, because I have a black quarterback. I love Patrick Mahomes. I like Jalen Hurts. I don't even dislike Lamar, but I feel like I defend myself with this.
See what he just
all
did?
the goddamn time.
I got black friends. You see what he just did to us? Did y'all see that?
Hey, man, look, man. We getting off topic, man. Look, Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills were 6-6 a couple weeks ago. AFC East champions. They are the 2nd seed in the AFC. They went from damn near missing the playoffs to being the 2nd seed. And I'm gonna put it like this right now. Am I saying they're gonna win the AFC? I'm not really. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that then. I feel like this year, the NFL, well, the AFC more than anything, is gonna be a toss-up. Because I do really believe that not New Orleans, but San Francisco is just going to run through the NFC. I truly believe that. I think the AFC is going to be a little toss-up. And I think now that nobody is really expecting that much from the Bills, they have an opportunity to go over here and run up and actually have a chance to get to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are weakened. The Chiefs are not the team that they have been. They're not the team that won a championship last year. As great as the Ravens have been, the Ravens are great, and Lamar has shut me up. Lamar has been actually been passing the ball very well. They've been Zay Flowers, who I wanted on the Bears, which has been great. Odell, we called him washed a couple episodes ago. He's been showing some life, and that defense has been incredible. One thing about Bears fans and the Bears, we always say that everybody acts like the players we gas up are only good till they go to another team. Roquan has been playing this way since when he was in Chicago. Now you're on a good team. Niggas is acting like he's generational. We said he was a top linebacker last year. We get looks. But the way they're doing things in Baltimore, they're great. They're going to have home field advantage. They have a good shot too. But I would not sleep on the Buffalo Bills. I think that's a team that can be very, very deadly. And there's any chance for them to get it done, I think this is the year. I see Courtney's been shaking her head since I brought this up in the chat last night. So I'm going to give the floor to you.
Again, my thing is about the Bills is that, like we said about Trevor Lawrence, it begins and ends with the quarterback position. 2 touchdowns, fantastic. You can't throw 2 turnovers. You can't throw 2 interceptions. You can't do that. It happens every year. I said it, I think the first show we ever did, I said, when are we going to have the smoke for Josh Allen and how the fact that man, for whatever reason, cannot advance past the divisional round. I think that's where the show ends for the Buffalo Bills this year. Again, another season of mediocrity. And hopefully we sit down and finally have a conversation about who the real problem is. And it's the guy who was sitting up there talking about 9/11.
Bang, I'm going to go to you because you also laughed at me when I brought the Bills. So the floor is yours.
I didn't laugh at you, fam. Don't say I laughed at you. I just was like, I don't know. And honestly, man, you saw that interception that he threw, the second one that he threw, that was one of the worst shits that I've seen. He just tried to run out of bounds and just threw that shit up like my son tried to throw a ball at somebody's head. So they made it to the playoffs. They should have made it to the playoffs. We expected them to make it to the playoffs. They should have won the division. I think that's where it stops, though.
Well, before I give this to Tamari, I will say this: we don't have any love for gunslingers anymore. What happened to not having love?
I got love for gunslingers, but that interception is ass through.
Automatic, and he's just fucking shitting that shit in the air. That's the Josh Allen experience.
This is what I say about interception.
Rico, bro, from Napoleon Dynamite.
You know who he is? As much as we get caught up in he plays like a black quarterback jokes, Josh Allen is Brett Favre, bro. Like he's an old school gunslinger. You're gonna get 2 picks, you're gonna get 3 touchdowns. It's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a what the fuck did you just do game, bro. I mean, we all remember games where Brett would be rolling right, sling that bitch 50 yards to the left, interception, and we like, why the hell did he do that? But then the Packers will win that game, and we like, that's Brett Favre. That's what he does. That's Josh Allen.
This is my thing with gunslingers, not just Josh Allen. If you're going to give me, he threw 18 picks this year. If you're going to throw 18 picks, he gave you 4,300 yards, 29 touchdowns passing, and he gave you another 15 running. You can give me that amount of production, I can forgive some of these interceptions. Me and Dante had this conversation years ago about Jameis Winston. I said my only issue with Jameis is he don't bring them interceptions under 20. Jameis will give you 35 touchdowns. We also give you about 22 picks. If Jameis brought that to Josh Allen pick range, he'd be in that same conversation. So, yes, I'm not absolving the picks. I just shitted on Trevor Lawrence about his picks. But Trevor Lawrence gave you 21 touchdowns. He didn't give you the offensive production. He don't run the ball like Josh Allen. So I kind of feel like you got to live and die, just like fucking Brett Favre. Brett Favre will throw you a playoff game. We've seen it against Maurice Giants in 2007. That pick was hilarious. He used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah,
I appreciate him. Moments he was doing.
Is that like you can have 3 touchdowns, but like you can't have interceptions like that against a team like the Ravens, like that actually have a legit defense and will take that shit back on you.
Yeah. Shout out to Gustavo in the chat. He just said completely fuck. We talking. Did y'all see Jake Brown and his girlfriend? So I do know that obviously you're a milk merchant. I did see that. But we are just too close to Black History Month to me to be commenting on that. Right?
Yeah, a white woman dressed like a speed skater. You know,
somebody leave me up.
That's me. Hey, justice for my wag girlies, okay? It's fire. Well, we're not about.
Let me go Google this.
Okay, we
are too close to Black History. Dr. King Day.
My personal aesthetic.
Dr. King Day is in a week.
She had that shit on though.
He had on Dr. King Day. We will not be talking about things from Babylon for the next week on this show.
I'm about to go search though.
But Mark, what you think about the Josh Allen conversation and the Bills in general?
Yeah, I fuck with Josh Allen, bro. That's my guy. I like him. I'm rooting for Big Griselda to win it this year. I think also like they kind of like you said, people were sleeping on them. I think that they got the best chance. This is to me, this would be their best chance to win it all, or at least get to the Super Bowl. Because you said the Chiefs aren't looking like the Chiefs that we know. The Bills are fake, like sneaking up on people kind of now, because it's like they was looking at them like, nah, they ain't gonna be shit. They might not even make it. But now they got a chance. So I'm rooting for them. I don't think that their season stops at the divisional round. I think they're going. If you ask me right now today, I think they're going all the way. Fuck it.
You say you think they're going, and that's because now shout out to them, man. But let's move on. Let's talk about CJ Stroud, man. CJ Stroud and them Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Big shout out to D'Amico Ryans, man. I think this year you have a lot of coaches who could be coach of the year. I think it's going to come down to D'Amico Ryans and honestly Kevin Stefanski for the job he did with the Cleveland Browns. Them niggas had like 4 different quarterbacks. They done brought on the fountain of youth with Joe Flacco. Everything has been pretty good for them. So, with CJ Stroud, first year getting to the playoffs and the way he's done, how do you think that, this game fares? Because I feel like this is a game as good as Cleveland has been this season. That defense has been incredible. CJ can still do this because Flacco is still old. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to Bang first. But what's your opinion on, the Texas chances this week?
First of all, shouts out to Jake Browning.
Yeah, you saw it.
Oh, yeah.
She had that shit on.
I did not know. I think they got a puncher's chance, man. As long as you got a top flight QB, you got a puncher's chance, and their defense ain't bad at all. So I think they got a shot, man. Let's see how the inexperience or the youthful exuberance, that somebody's gonna say, when they're commentating the game. Let's see how that goes. But when you're looking at a team like the Texans, who CJ's right, nobody expected this. Nobody expected the Texans to be in the playoffs. Nobody expected CJ to be what he is right now. They playing with house money. So being that they playing with house money, I think the team that they remind me of, all right, and I'm not saying that this is gonna happen, but the team they remind me of is the Jacksonville Jaguars team that ended up going to the AFC Championship game that year. They end up losing. I forgot who they lost to.
Talking about Jalen Ramsey? Or you talking about Mark Brunell?
No. I'm talking about Mark Brunell. I'm talking about when they came in
and we gonna win that bitch. And we gonna win that bitch.
No, I ain't talking about no. I'm talking about. Hey, man, we're about to go up against the Buffalo Bills, Bruce Smith and them, and everybody not giving us a chance. And then next thing you know, we in the AFC Championship game. That's who that team reminds me of. Not saying they're going to get there, but I would not be surprised if a team like that, who playing with house money, ends up being in the AFC Championship game.
We're going to get through these next 2 topics before we get up out of here, man. Of course, if you want to see overtime, you need to go out here and you need to follow the Patreon, man. Patreon.com/Barbershop Network. So you can check out everything that we got going on there. We're going to get a little more into our Bears conversation. We're going to have a little bit of NBA because Draymond Green got a lot of goddamn nerve. We're going to talk about that in there, man. This one I'm going to give real quick to Mariano, then we'll go to Courtney. I know, Mario, you got to get up out of here. Let's put up a shut-up time for the NFC East. The NFC East has 2 representatives in the playoffs this year. The Cowboys won the division last night, and the Philadelphia Eagles are limping into the playoffs, man. As a fellow NFC Easter, what's your opinion on these 2 teams? It kind of feels like if they don't get it done this year, especially the Cowboys, there might be some changes.
Yeah, I think that if I'm looking at who got the best chance, I would probably say the Cowboys do, because like every year the Cowboys look like a complete team, right? Like the past couple of years we looked at them at the beginning of the season is, as long as they can do X, Y, Z, they'll, whatever. They're going to win a lot of games. They're going to beat a lot of bad teams. They're going to look pedestrian against good teams at times. It's the same shit every year. I do think if they don't get it done this year, it's going to be like, shut the fuck up. Like, please, because y'all got it. Y'all got CeeDee Lamb that's fucking first in everything, and Dak is looking good, but the Eagles, I've never been really too crazy about the Eagles. I do like Jalen Hurts. I do fuck with him. But the Cowboys, for me, if you ask me my pick in these playoffs, like, you know, coming out of our division, I'm gonna say the Cowboys, because the Eagles, I mean, it looked like you can rattle them too quick, bro. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You're not supposed to lose that game to those Giants, bro. You're not. Those Giants went out there yesterday
blown out.
They
wasn't even close.
Pick. Yeah, bro, I'm talking about getting smoked, smoked 24-0 at half, I think it was, or some shit like that. It was crazy because I'm looking at it and I'm texting one of my homies, shout out my man Justin. We both Giants fans, and I'm looking at it like damn, bro. The only good thing about it, well, it was a win-win for us because we couldn't drop any lower than 6, you know, in the draft, and we was beating the shit out of the Eagles. And I'm like, yo, bro, the Eagles supposed to make a statement. They supposed to have the third stringers in on us, destroying that. They going into the playoffs, bro. Like that's not a good sign at all for me. You know what I'm saying? Listening to the, you know, shit from AJ Brown and, you know, like the guys on that team, it just seems like they're kind of, you know, I don't know. I trust the This is going to be a very wild statement. 2024 is crazy. I trust the Cowboys more. Can't believe I just said that shit.
Can't believe you just said
crazy. Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Maury, man, I know you got to get up out of here, man. Let them know they get in tune with you, bro.
Man, listen, dog. 2024, man, it's still me. Same number, same nigga, man. You know, on Instagram, Mariano Bivens. On Twitter, at Mariano, 2 N's, 2 O's. Like I tell your aunt, she asked me for money. I know it's holiday season, just was over with, man. Give me some time, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'll holler at you in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. It's always hilarious. I love when Maury does the shout outs, man. That shit's always funny. But bro, we would get up with you, my G.
Go blue, man. Big blue.
Yes, sir. Courtney, you are the resident Cowboy hater on here. I want to. When you call yourself a Cowboy hater, you just don't like Dak.
No. I'm a Cowboy hater. I've always
you're a Cowboy hater. Well, tell me how you feel about.
Especially, I am now a Cowboy hater, just because I am surrounded by them, and I am like fully immersed in everything that is Cowboy culture, and I can't stand it. It's terrible.
What do you? I know it's put up or shut up time. Which one do you have?
Yeah, for sure. If I'm being just like, again, I told y'all that I adopted the Eagles as from a fan perspective last season, actually, around Christmas time, because I went to the game on Christmas Eve and I had a great time. I was like, oh yeah, this is my team now. No, but that being said, the Eagles, even this season, never really. There was never a point where I was like, oh yeah, this is the team. I think that time I recognized it was probably when they lost to the Jets. What was that week? Like week 4, week 5? I can't. No.
Yeah.
It was like week 4, week 5.
It was early. I think it was like week 4. Yeah.
Yeah. When they lost to the Jets, that's when I was like, that's, you know, you start seeing those flashes of them losing their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator to, you know, Arizona and Indy. I think, like Mari said, I think if you're the Cowboys, you have to win this season. You are in prime position to win this season. If you don't, I really don't want to hear anything from them ever again. This defense is the best defense that they've had in years. Even, no offense, without Trayvon Diggs, like that sucks that he's hurt and everything. If he were not hurt, this team, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It's definitely shaping up to be 49ers Cowboys NFC Championship game. I don't like the Eagles defense at all. And honestly, I think if the Eagles, this might be a hot take.
Hold on. I know this nigga is not popping the bottle. I was like,
I forgot my shit wasn't on mute.
I was wondering what that was.
I thought somebody fell.
Hey man, this nigga's on triple probation. This nigga on here celebrating and shit.
Popping champagne like you want to stop.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, I know that sound.
I saw Scott's face. I said, he definitely about to say something.
I dead ass thought something fell. Like, nah, I ain't say no bottle.
I was like, no, that's
fell.
not my house, man. Let's go to our last thing, and we're gonna wrap this up.
I didn't get my hot take off real quick.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
No, real quick. Last second. My hot take is that if the Eagles get embarrassed, like say they fucking lose to the Bucks, Nick Sirianni's gone. Easily. That's my hot take.
That is a hot take right there.
Remember when Josina Anderson said that it would be it's a surprise team that's talking about, you know, have an issue with the coach or whatever. And the first team I thought of was
Philadelphia.
The Eagles.
Yep.
So, hey, there's some smoke.
2-5 after that little fucking stupid tantrum that he threw in Kansas City. Oh, I don't hear you laughing now, Chiefs fans. 2-5.
Jalen Hurts, man, I love you, but stop talking IG captions, my G. It's getting tired. It's getting tired.
That paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna.